Well, 30,000 plus here at Memorial Coliseum in Los Angeles, California. Guatemala and Mexico. This is Group C action from Gold Cup 2000. Welcome in, everybody. I'm Glenn Davis. Alongside is Alan Hopkins. Mexico, the perennial favorites of Gold Cup, really have made this tournament their own. Tonight, expected to field a very youthful lineup. Expect to see Claudio Suarez, Luis Hernandez rested on the bench tonight. Ramon Ramirez as well, as Mexico going with a youthful squad under Manuel Lapuente. Guatemala, on the other hand, Alan, this is a must-win for them.
Well, a draw does nothing for them. They need to win, and they'll just squeak past TNT on goal differential. So certainly a huge match for them. It will be interesting how they respond with just 2 days rest after a very tough match on Tuesday.
Of course, Guatemala got beat 4-2 by Trinidad and Tobago in their first one. They line up in a 3-4-3. In the back, the experience of Eric Miranda, number 3, is a key.
Miranda and Rodas and Gomez played pretty well together. Machon showed flashes early on, nothing consistent. And it'll be up to Acevedo, Giron, and Rodas to really shoulder that Guatemala attack tonight.
And Mexico, on the other hand, of course, Carlos Milosh, the Uruguayan, is the head man of Guatemala. Mexico, on the other hand, lines up in a 4-4-2. And boy, they are really youthful tonight. Francisco Paco Palencia, number 17. One of the veterans, Sergio Almaguer, number 3. But the man we're going to focus on is Tirado, number 5, exceptional against Trinidad and Tobago.
Well, we were shocked, really, when we realized how young he was. Only 19 years of age, played like a very experienced veteran, holding the midfield together, and it really be the onus is on him tonight to keep it all together with the new faces. And Mendoza, the number 19, he just got called up. He plays for Pumas. So look for him to see how he plays. Palencia, I thought, played pretty well in their last match.
Mendoza, of course, only 19 years of age. Got experience in the Pan Am Games in Winnipeg last summer. Tournament in which Mexico won, and a number of those players in this squad. Manuel Lapuente, of course, is the head man. Mexico suffered an injury to one of their stars from Toluca, Jose Manuel Abundes, who will not be available. And of course, they will be going in goal tonight with Christian Martinez, number 12, who plays for America. The referee, Gustavo Mendez from Uruguay. As we get set for the opening kickoff of this one, Guatemala in the blue, Mexico in the green. Large throng on hand here at the LA Coliseum. And it is game on. Guatemala and Mexico. This is Gold Cup 2000. This is Group C action. And right off the bat, Guatemala going long. This is number 19 for Guatemala. Valencia, young talent. Had some moments against Trinidad and Tobago. And Mexico will have huge support tonight. There's a good look at number 19, Mendoza. And of course, 19 is his number. He's also 19 years of age. What do you look for early here from Guatemala, as desperate as they must be for the 3 points, Alan?
Well, one of the things I like about Guatemala is that they're already in the heads of the Mexicans. They play a very physical, dodgy type of ball, and that'll really disrupt the rhythm of Mexico.
Of course, Mexico is a team that is very focused. It's amazing how players can come in and out of this team, and their style remains so definitive. And they now have possession. Mexico on the attack now. Palencia knocking that one wide. Ball cut into the penalty area. Machon battling away. Finally cleared. Mexico will build now. Ball cut to the back post here. And number 10 for Mexico, cruising in at that back post, was Emilio Mora. There's a good look at Rafa Marquez, number 4. Of course, scoring the game winner against Trinidad. He is wearing the captain's armband at 22 years of age and is a fixture right now in Europe for Monaco of France.
Well, he is the future Claudio Suarez. He's resting tonight. He's normally the man who gets to shepherd the squad, but you see the respect that Lapuente and his teammates have if he's wearing the captain's band at such a young age.
Well, it looks as though he is playing in the middle tonight as opposed to his wide position on occasion. What a great goal he scored against Trinidad and Tobago. Breaks a play up just outside his own penalty box, makes a 70-yard run, gets on the end of a cross, and buries a 20-yard, 25-yard shot against TNT. One of the highlights of this tournament so far. Mexico with time and space, Mora now. And his shot way off the mark here in the 3rd minute.
And Mora looked like he was going to serve that one across, decided maybe to have a shot at the last moment. Watch him here. He's trying to catch the keeper cheating, Estrada of Guatemala.
Christian Martinez in goal tonight for Oscar Perez. So again, the Manuel Lapuente Youth Movement, a time of experimentation and a time for opportunity for a number of players on all these squads in Gold Cup 2000. Tournament has had outstanding attendance and some very interesting matches. One of the highlights has been the play of the Honduran national team. Who, of course, have already advanced with 2 victories, winning Group A.
And they can easily win their next match in the quarterfinals against a hungry Peru squad, so they certainly have a chance of making a statement in this tournament.
Valencia now. Martin Machon. Oh, this is good for Guatemala here. And the sort of play that Guatemala needs to gather some confidence here in the early moments against Mexico.
But watch it here. He hesitates and then he finally latches onto it, and Martinez, the goalkeeper, not able to save that one in. Machon, a nice ball inside. Hesitation. You see right there, Miranda didn't step up, or excuse me, Almaguer didn't step up.
Curling ball in there, and that one misjudged by Christian Martinez. And he looked a little bit shaky on his decision making there. Certainly there has to be a few anxious moments for this youngster. Flicked on. You might have saw a handball in the box there. And that ball from Guatemala way out of bounds. Well, Alan, how about your keys tonight?
Well, for Mexico, one of the things that they definitely need to do is more midfield play. I thought Toronto did a good job, but they need a little bit more combination play in the midfield, provide a little bit better service to the attackers. And if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Certainly the 4-0 victory was one of the more sound victories we've seen in this tournament. And the youth and the veterans are blending in very nicely. They need to keep going. For Honduras, I think they need to be physical with Mexico. Mexico doesn't like the way they play against them. And you might want to see them disrupt the rhythm. And I think they need to create more scoring chances. They had a little bit of the ball, but nothing really dangerous in their first match.
Yeah, they weren't really dynamic against the Korean Republic. Mexico now, Marquez being put under pressure as Guatemala. A little bit of higher pressure there from Valencia, number 19. Great young talent is Everaldo Valencia. This is number 19, Mendoza. And that one cut out by the Guatemalan defense. Valencia can't keep that one in. Hierro on the throw. And again, here is the youngster brought in to replace Jose Manuel Abundes. Now, can you imagine getting the call up, and not only getting the call up, but then being put right into the starting lineup by Manuel Lapuente?
Well, because Hernandez is hurt as well, and Arellano got the red card, he really had no choice. So it certainly shows Lapuente thinks enough of Mendoza to bring him in and start him really in an urgent situation.
22 is Jorge Rodas. So it is a must-win tonight for Guatemala. If not, their Gold Cup 2000 and over with. Breaking out now is Mexico. But a well-timed tackle disrupting that attack. Carmona. Almaguer. And Carmona getting harassed by the sideline and then draws the foul.
And that was a bailout move by, see the number 14 for Guatemala, Rodas, Julio Rodas.
Another one of the members of Comunicaciones, which is the top club team in Guatemala. A number of those players throughout the Guatemalan squad. So there certainly is some understanding there. The nucleus of this squad made up with those players. Mendoza's cross. And Machon, who had pinched in, will clear that one.
Already we've seen from Mexico, Mendoza getting a lot of the ball. You see Almaguer here and Julio Rodas.
Almaguer's got the left arm around Rodas. And this is cleared now by Guatemala.
Mexico getting more service from Mendoza wide in the final third, not necessarily using their wide midfielders to get the service into the area.
Tenth minute, we are level at 0-0. Group C action. Quick look there at Edgar Estrada. He got beat 4 times against Trinidad and Tobago. Valencia's cross. And it's a poor one. Christian Martinez will take the goal kick for Mexico. Almaguer of Necaxa is the oldest player in this squad today. Quality ball in behind the Guatemalan defense. Can the support arrive? No, and it deflects off a Mexican. And Carlos Milo says, hey, that's a goal kick.
What a ball that was. Driven perfectly over the top. Unable to make anything happen. Looked like Torado again, the number 5, providing some quality service.
Valencia. Martin Machon wins it and starts the counterattack. Opportunity here, but Christian Martinez off his line. I think an offside call after the ball played by Martin Machon.
See here, just a couple steps offside. Good job by Mexico.
Well, Machon, an interesting story right now for Guatemala and for MLS, because he was put into the super draft, picked up by Miami. He's now with Miami. But the LA Galaxy headman Ziggy Schmidt says, hey, I mean, he was property of the Galaxy. What's he doing in Miami now? So a little bit of controversy over that in MLS. And he was a quality player for the LA Galaxy. The reason he left was because he did not get along with Octavio Zambrano. He went down to play for Santos in the Mexican League.
Ziggy Schmidt rates Martin Machon pretty highly.
Marquez now. And the offside flag is up as Guatemala's defense holds.
Talk about that Miami Fusion team. They might be pretty talented. Andrew Williams down there. Martin Machon. Eric Ronaldo, of course. If Roy Lasser decides to show up, they could have a very talented attacking squad.
There's no doubt improvement is needed in Miami. Space on the left side now. It's held up by Mendoza. Hierro now switching it on the right side. This is number 18, Carmona, for Mexico. Torrado, Palencia, and chopped down at the 18, just outside the obvious foul. And Gustavo Mendez, the referee, right on it, as Carmona, number 18, trying to get the return ball from Palencia.
Acevedo there. Watch him here. Palencia, good ball. Carmona started the attack, trying to work his way in and chopped down just outside the box. And Mendoza on that left side, number 19 for Mexico, who's got some pretty good touches considering he just came into the squad. And now he's starting. Seems really confident, seemed to fit in, hasn't really skipped a beat.
Well, Azevedo, I think, actually hurt himself on that tackle. If you look closely on the replay, it seemed as though his leg got stuck in the turf.
It was pretty awkward looking.
Yeah, it was a clumsy tackle, and he is up, but I think he hurt himself. He tried to read the give and go from Palencia. There is Manuel Lapuente, his second stint in charge of Mexico. Boy, he's doing some work here in this tournament because he's got a lot of youth in here. Very similar to what Bruce Arena and many of these coaches doing in this tournament, trying to blood some younger players while getting results.
And the thing I like about Lapuente is he's gotten a little bit more out of that flair that's always been in the Mexican game. He's got some good organization. The fitness is there, and really they've just improved in the recent years.
Well, Lapuente is one experienced coach. Not an easy job when you're heading up the Mexican national team. Free kick deflected off the wall. And Mexico may maintain possession, but it's knocked out by number 10 of Guatemala, Freddy Garcia.
And I think that ball was so mishit, it actually kept Mendoza from being in an offside position. He had to go way back to track it down.
So for Mexico, Hierro on the throw. Marquez will go back to Almaguer. And Almaguer will switch it on the right side now here in the 15th minute. Valencia Machon just nailing Carmona. And Martín Machon will get the yellow card as Gustavo Mendez not hesitant after this challenge.
Machon taking down Carmona right there. I think he thought he won the ball first, but I think he gets the yellow for the kick right there, right in front of the referee, Mendez.
Carmona has been joining in this 4-4-2. Both he and Hierro expected to get forward as right and left backs, as the middle held down by Sergio Almaguer and Rafa Marquez. Of course, Gerardo Torrado sitting in front of those two. I'll tell you what, I thought he was very impressive against Trinidad and Tobago. Everybody was talking about the goal by Luis Hernandez. Certainly that was exciting. But Torrado on the day playing a very vital sort of holding defensive midfield role.
He was a link between the backs and the midfield. They did a pretty good job in the midfield. Could have combined more. But his presence was very solid, a good performance.
So Martín Machon, number 16, gets the yellow card. And this is Mora now. Left-footed ball, good positioning there, but a right-footed shot. And that would hit with tremendous power. But off the mark from number 8 for Mexico, Adrian Sanchez.
You see the build-up. Ball gets hit back, he'll come flying to your screen. You don't see it now, you do. There goes the replay, and he's a good 25 yards out and didn't miss by much. He hit a frozen rope.
And on a second look, you have to think he's got to put that on target with that much time and space. Really was not pressured. This is Rodas, number 22, one of the Rodas brothers on this team. This is Jorge Rodas, laying that one into the box. Now, interestingly enough, Guatemala has been very competitive with Mexico over the years. A number of one-goal losses. And we get a yellow card for both number 6 of Guatemala, Julio Herron, and of course also for Mexico, number 11, Alvaro Araño.
Gustavo Mendez, the referee, exerting his authority. 3 quick cards. 2 for Guatemala.
Actually, excuse me, that was Alvaro Ortiz, number 11 of Mexico.
And there it is, a little exchanging slaps right there.
Well, we get back to action. Palencia's on the turf, so I can only assume that he got fouled.
And this is what I was talking about. Guatemala need to be physical to beat Mexico. Mexican forward Bundes already said that Guatemala, they don't like to play soccer, they like to kick. I think the Mexicans have it in their head that Guatemala's not going to try to play the game.
Almaguer is pushed forward for Mexico. 19th minute on the free kick. Driven in low, not a good one, but unfortunately that one will deflect out and go against Guatemala, as Mexico earns the corner. Emilio Mora will take it. Deflects, and a dangerous ball there. Has to be fisted over the top by Edgar Estrada.
Estrada, watch him here, gets up last minute, decides to push it over. Better to be safe than sorry. Good decision there.
So another one of the youth players, very young. Mora again getting that cross, and Guatemala on the clear. Machon, number 16, playing central against Trinidad and Tobago. He was out wide a lot more, but it seems as though he is squeezing and pinching in on the defensive side. Christian Martinez, goalkeeper for the club team America. Ortiz, the yellow card for Mexico. And Herron also in the book for Guatemala.
And if you're Mexico, how to combat the physical disruptiveness to Guatemala style of play is to let the ball do the work, move it around a little bit more.
Ignacio Hierro on the throw. Valencia, that one broken up by the tackle of Almaguer. Deflected, and that one goes out of bounds. So Mexico will earn another corner again. Number 18, Salvador Carmona, pushing forward a number of times here tonight for Mexico. Almaguer has also gotten forward. Second chance for Mexico. And a poor attempt there. That one cleared out by Guatemala. Marquez. Machon. Guatemala right now really having a difficult time getting any ball possession, as Mendoza on the throw. Mora, left-footed cross, that one deflected out. Torrado, left-footed shot over the top.
Well, what Mexico has done to Guatemala right now is they're not giving any time and space for them to build up at all. They're pressuring them in their own half, squeezing that midfield tight. And the moment they get the ball, they use their width. Good space management by Mexico. Guatemala right now not even able to really step on the ball and connect more than a couple passes together.
Yeah, Mexico has made 5 changes for this one. Listen to the names on the bench: Claudio Suarez, Ramon Ramirez, Salvador Cabrera, Jose Higueredo, who played out wide, and of course Luis Hernandez. So good moment to give them some rest, take a look at some of the youngsters, but not forget that you still need a result tonight. And if in fact Mexico gets in trouble, don't expect that they will certainly expect them to get into the match. Played into the box here, and off his line comes Christian Martinez. And the foul there on number 23, Acevedo. Mexico again will get the free kick.
They need to capitalize on these dead ball situations. Guatemala fouling them quite a bit early on.
Well, number 11, Ortiz, on the free kick for Mexico. Flick on there from Almoguer. And the service off the corners and the set piece, as you said, Alan, really not there so far for Mexico. Estrada will take the goal kick for Guatemala.
Mexico's going to have to be patient tonight, because Guatemala is going to sit back, and even though they know they have to play to win, I have a feeling Guatemala can still somehow be happy with a good performance against one of their rivals, Mexico.
Rafa Marquez, bad ball back. You won't see that much from him. And the offside flag was up. Mexico avoiding a disaster there, and uncharacteristically, that was a bad back pass from Rafa Marquez.
And Julio Rodas, number 14 for Guatemala, was all over it.
Dorado now. Well-measured ball here. This is Mora, who has played very wide here in this match so far. Played into the box there, headed out. And Guatemala will clear. Palencia keeps that alive nicely for Mexico. Paco Palencia now, near post ball. Mexico goes up. Emilio Mora, the goal scorer.
Palencia starts it, good ball. Oh, that's magic. The little touch. Palencia, good ball. Mora at the near post. You get a good look at it right here, flashing in. And that is just superb. Left foot. Palencia, and he worked hard to get that ball in the first place when it went wide. Mora just floating all by himself, sneaks in there at the last minute. The marking not that tight. Mexico with a nice goal.
Just seemed a bit too easy for Mexico at that near post, but let's credit Paco Palencia for winning the ball back after being dispossessed and keeping that attack alive. We apologize for the technical difficulties. And as soon as we can get these problems corrected, we will get you back to the Memorial Coliseum, where that man there, Francisco Palencia, has set up Emilio Mora as Mexico has the 1-0 lead here against Guatemala. Guatemala now on the free kick. Carlos Miloch now has to be very concerned. Bending ball near post, a flick on header, and Guatemala has tied it up off a great set piece. And it comes from number 3, Eric Miranda, a defender.
Well executed, Miranda. This is a tremendous goal. We've seen 2 great goals back to back. Miranda, good run, and then the flick on to the far post. No chance for Martinez. You see the wonderful service from Jorge Rodas, right on the money, and that's side netting. Brilliantly done. Watch the left foot again. That's the type of ball you need to play in. And the skill, that's actually off the far post and in.
Take a look at this, and he beats Sergio Almaguer in the air. Of course, that's how you beat players, is driving stuff in near and going to the ball and flicking stuff on. Boy, what a goal there. Mexico coming back. And that right-footed shot just over the top. So, Guatemala, credit them. They answer the Mexican goal within minutes.
Well, Mexico maybe caught a little bit flat-footed. Guatemala's first real chance off the set piece, and they execute a beauty.
29th minute, there is Guatemala's goal scorer, Eric Miranda. He, of course, plays for Comunicaciones in Guatemala in their first division. Valencia now besieged by 3 Mexican players. Mexico now trying to break out. Odd opportunity, maybe.
Well, Guatemala don't want this game to open up too much.
Machon has pulled himself out wide on the left. Martin Machon. Freddy Garcia. And Almaguer gets up strong to head out for Mexico. Mendez says play on.
You hear this crowd, I think, still arriving in droves, getting louder and louder as this game is worn on.
Almaguer with the direct ball for Palencia. Can Palencia get there? Yes, he can. He can't get the crossover, but Mexico, I believe, will earn the corner. Ortiz, number 11, will go over to take it. 1-1, 31st minute. Now they've changed it now. And I guess that means I'm a Mexico fan.
I'm not quite sure what that means.
Let's hope a plane doesn't land on the field. Huge nationalistic pride for both these squads. Mexico threatening again.
I think that time it will indeed be a corner. This game coming to life after the Guatemala goal, kind of waking up Mexico.
Roberto Gomez comes out of the middle nice to provide the cover for Guatemala. Searching out Almaguer, they find him, but he can't get one. He can't get that one on the mark. Sergio Almaguer has been powering forward on all the set pieces. Interesting story about him. Almaguer actually started at Necaxa as a striker and was turned into a defender, and has a wonderful ability in the air, although he was beaten on the flick on. Not much he could have done about that, as he was draped all over Eric Miranda.
Almaguer, a mainstay for Necaxa, of course, on that team that took 3rd place in the Club World Championships.
Ooh, combination play here. A little bit of a space opening up in the middle of the Mexican defense, but the ball not there. Emilio Mora is the goal scorer for Mexico. Mexico fielding tonight a very young squad. Torrado now, number 5.
Well, he needs more touches.
Out on the right side now. This is Carmona. Mora against Valencia. Trying to give and go, but Eric Miranda there to break it up for Guatemala. So Mexico will get another corner. Near post ball, that one flicked out by the Guatemalan defense. Switched on the right side now. Carmona heads this one into the box for Mexico. Palencia there. Ball is still loose. And Guatemala clears. Mexico now has 5 corners. Guatemala yet to get one. So it sort of epitomizes a little bit of the pressure that Mexico has put on the Guatemalan defense in this one. Guatemala having a hard time gaining possession.
And if you really combine that with the number of set-piece opportunities Mexico's already had wide of the box extended to the touchline, probably a good 10 opportunities in that final third they've had to serve balls in, not able to capitalize yet. You see the foul on the goal scorer, Miranda. And what happened in Mexico, you saw Mendoza, the number 19, early on that left part in that final third playing it. Now he's kind of pinched more inside and central, and that's why more the number 10 has been able to get forward a little bit more and be dangerous.
Guatemala now trying to build something. They've not had any real periods of extended possession in this one, but they certainly have answered. On the throw is number 6, Julio Giron. Back to Giron, curled into the box now. Right-footed shot, that one skipping off the turf and gaining a little bit of momentum, but right there is Christian Martinez in goal for Mexico. Of course, Mexico currently ranked number 10 in the world by FIFA. Guatemala a distant 73rd. But right now there is no difference. We are 1-1 here in the 35th minute. Right now this one playing out to be Guatemala trying to catch Mexico on the break after sustaining pressure. Well, here's a guy who can do it on the break, Valencia. Boy, big tackle there. A French first division tackle coming from Rafa Marquez.
Yes, very stylish defending, classy as he kept possession and able to start the attack the other way.
Boy, call that an illustration of great timing. Valencia again on the right side for Guatemala. Ignacio Hierro had pushed up, but now drops back into his left back slot. Carmona loses possession to Machon. And Almoguer, I believe, takes that one either off the chest or the head. And Guatemala will get the throw. Sergio Almoguer, many people question his pace, but positionally, if there is a problem, he certainly makes up for it in his ability to read the game. Valencia got up there, but can't find a teammate. Left side, Giron now for Guatemala. Miranda, the goal scorer. Garcia goes back, now curled down towards the corner flag. Maybe an opportunity here, and again, the quality of the final ball, there's no excuse for that with all the time and space that Rigoberto Gomez had in getting forward.
Long and sustained buildup for Honduras in this match. Great stuff you see there. Assistant referee not in a good possession, and then he had time. raced toward that end line, rushed it, and it was a miserable attempt to get it across.
Mexican left back Ignacio Hierro got drawn to the ball a little bit too much on that last one.
There was actually a couple Guatemalan players that were in that area.
Eric Miranda, the Guatemalan goal scorer, is down.
There's Valencia that comes in. Right here, actually no one around him. And there's the challenge, Mendoza. Mendoza gets up before he does.
Bit of a late challenge. There's Carlos Miloch. Of course, very familiar with a number of these Guatemalan players, having coached them on the club side, Comunicaciones. Tirado. Left-footed shot here. The deep run coming out of midfield there from number 10, Emilio Mora.
I like the combination play between Mora and Mendoza. They've really kind of orchestrated themselves very nicely on that left side in the final third, and I think they've done a good job of working with each other and creating some good opportunities.
Mendoza, number 19, and he'll get called for the foul. No, actually, he will get the foul and get the free kick for Mexico.
Well, again, that left side play, Mendoza through the wickets. Valencia.
Yeah, called for obstruction. Almoguer now. From the CONCACAF champions, Necaxa. Rafael Marquez now on the left side, Ignacio Hierro, number 6. Tirado, number 5 now. Mexico in possession. And the run came a little bit too early from Carmona. Cool night here in Los Angeles. But a wonderful atmosphere at the LA Memorial Coliseum. Of course, this is the home to the USC Fighting Trojans. Of course, their women's soccer team actually plays some of their home soccer matches in this huge stadium. Edgar Estrada up for that one for Guatemala. 41st minute. Group C action.
Well, since Guatemala got level, they've really been able to kind of go back and forth with Mexico. A huge goal to squelch any momentum Mexico might have had after scoring.
Well, Trinidad and Tobago sitting by, hoping for a Mexican result in this one. A draw or a victory, and Trinidad and Tobago will go through, much to the delight of TNT fans. Of course, they will not have Dwight York available if they do get to the quarterfinals. He is going back to England. And Manchester United. Mexican pressure now coming against the Guatemalans. Guatemala, Jorge Rodas earns the free kick. Tirado, the guilty culprit. Ball towards the edge of the box. Almoguer goes up and will get called for climbing over the back of number 14 of Guatemala, Julio Rodas.
Rodas doesn't even go up. And you see Almoguer fighting him, piggyback.
Almaguer also having a great match against Trinidad and Tobago. Just plugging that middle up.
When you think about Almaguer, Suarez, and the way Marquez played, really, their back line performed exceptionally well in that first match.
Well, for a team that hasn't had a lot of possession, making good use of the set pieces has been a good thing for this team. Number 19, Valencia, standing over this one. But it's a left-footed shot. And what a save from Christian Martinez. As again, off the set pieces, Guatemala has been dangerous. Martinez comes up big.
Look at the save. That thing is headed for the upper corner. Martinez, and the nice strike by Freddy Garcia.
Boy, that was ticketed as a postage stamp there. Hey, that makes good TV. Wonderful save from Christian Martinez, flying high to pick that one out of the corner.
And a great attempt right there from Freddy Garcia. That thing was pegged in the corner. Had it been not an exceptional save, Guatemala would be on top. And that's what you want from your goalkeepers. You want them to be able to bail you out, or to step up and save the day, when really it's just the kicker of the ball and the goalkeeper on those set pieces. Tremendous save.
That one laid down there, but a whistle. And the foul committed against Rafael Marquez. A late challenge there coming from Rodas, number 14. Well, Mexico will try it again. Marquez now. Pachon now on the left side for Guatemala. And this time the foul called on a combination of Tirado and Marquez. And Guatemala again, although not having much possession at this one, have really made great use of their free kicks, as number 22, Jorge Rodas, standing over this set piece.
He hit the first one on the goal.
He's going to try it, and he hits it with tremendous power. Guatemala threatening. Unbelievable strike from number 22, Jorge Rodas.
Look at this strike. This time it beats Martinez. No, it doesn't. Another save. This is a good look right here. Look at the bend on it. Martinez turning that one away. Two huge saves. And then Rodas' shot, brother to brother right there. Watch it again. My oh my, another fantastic save. Martinez showing the range. You see Rodas' attempt whizzing by that far post.
Well, that ball causing Martinez problems. The movement on that thing, unbelievable, as that ball began to flare away from Christian Martinez. So he's come up with two huge saves in this one. And Guatemala, as always, giving Mexico problem. We are in stoppage time now.
Really the only problem for Guatemala is they need the result. They need the 3 points to go through.
Well, they have not had much of the ball in this. They have not had any cohesiveness. But every time they've gotten a set piece, they have been absolutely dangerous. And it led to their first goal. Almaguer plays it out. But right now, Mexico reeling a little bit from that last free kick. Pachon for Guatemala. Rodas. A little 360 around Paco Palencia.
The crowd came to life.
Azevedo now. And the foul called against Guatemala. And number 6, Julio Giron. And Giron plays for Municipal. back in Guatemala. Ignacio Hierro. Long ball looking for Palencia. That one hung up, and that one an easy ball to be headed out. But that is it. Gustavo Mendez calls the end of the first half. But I'll tell you what, Guatemala now has sort of gained momentum. Our halftime score, Guatemala won, Mexico won. It was more for Mexico in the 26th. But then horrors of horrors. 2 minutes later, what a flick on here. Garcia to Miranda. He flicks it in, and Guatemala right back in it on this flick on over Almaguer.
And Miranda, tremendous finish, tremendous ball. Watch it here. Almaguer not able to beat him to the spot. Guatemala would get level. Huge goal for Miranda.
Well, invalidating once again that the set pieces in the world of soccer are so important. We look at the stats. What do you see, Alan?
Well, Guatemala getting their shots late, really finishing with the flurry that half. 6 corners for Mexico. They need to do a better job of getting quality opportunities. You see the 3 yellow cards there, too, for Guatemala. Those came in a little cluster right around the 17th, 18th minute. 4 saves for Martinez. 2 of those extremely important, extremely spectacular, keeping Mexico level. And, of course, the halftime scoreline, 1 goal apiece.
Martinez absolutely scintillating saves. One off Rodas off the free kick. Of course, for Guatemala, if they get a result here against Mexico, well, there is Carlos Miloch, the head coach of Guatemala, and he certainly knows the Mexican national team very well. Spending 20 years in Mexico, won championships with Tigres. Of course, then went to America. And the last championship America won in Mexico, he was the head man. Mexico in the green with white shorts. Guatemala in the blue. And it is game on. The second half, Mexico and Guatemala. Palencia flicking that one out wide. Gets it in the hole now. Paco Palencia stood up there by Guatemala. Valencia. Intercepted by Mexico. They win it right back. Tirado. Mora tries to get turned. And this is Tirado again. Right side. And Carmona, number 18 for Mexico, on the throw. Claudio Suarez on the right, Ramon Ramirez on the left, talking to La Puente. You got to wonder if he will get them on. Machon knocking that one forward. Tough tackle from Almaguer on number 14, Julio Rodas. And Almaguer will get the yellow card.
Tough challenge. See it here. Good angle. Almaguer coming in late. The ball's away. Lifting up. Julio Rodas.
And he went past the ball. He missed the ball on the tackle. Palencia. And another whistle, and I would imagine we may see another yellow card now. So Sergio Almaguer gets the yellow.
Mora losing his concentration on that left side for just a moment. And he hears it from the fans. This
is a must-win game for Guatemala. Machon Looking for Freddy Garcia. I believe he handled that one.
Well, for Mexico, one of the keys was more midfield play. You see Freddy Garcia limping just a bit. They've gotten it from the flank positions, especially more in Mendoza. Take a look at the handball right there. Clearly done. And the other key was, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. More of a mental lapse today, letting Guatemala get level after just 2 minutes after going ahead. A little lack of concentration. Certainly was a well-taken goal. Marking wasn't quite there. Guatemala, one of the things they need to do is be more physical. They've disrupted the Mexicans in the midfield. Mexico not really able to get everything going that they want.
Right-footed shot, that one deflected. This is number 8 for Mexico, Sanchez. Here he is again, one-touch ball here. Time and space for Mexico, but a whistle.
Carmona hauling down the Guatemalan defender to get an advantage. I think it's very, very clear. Guatemala seems very dangerous on the free kicks and dead ball situations. If Mexico can limit their opportunities, they have a good chance of getting the result tonight.
Yeah, you'd have to think Manuel Lapuente, that was certainly a point brought up in the locker room that, look, they have been extremely dangerous off all their set pieces. So we don't want to give anything away silly in the danger area. Almaguer on the free kick as Machon in a battle there for Guatemala. Tirado has been the most busy midfield player for Mexico. Here's Carmona now. Cole cut in the box, loose ball. And Mexico has scored. It looked initially like a handball here from a Guatemalan player. Play went on.
And the assistant referee has his flag up. I think they waved that one off on the offsides. I'd have to take another look to see, but I believe off the deflection, all bets are off, right? As far as going forward, it looked like it was a bang-bang play.
Now maybe that flag came up prior to when that ball was handled by a Guatemalan defender, but some anxious moments there. It faked us out. So Mexico and Guatemala remain tied at 1.
Mexico came very close to catching that break.
Giron on the throw now for Guatemala. Guatemala getting set to go to their bench. Engelbert Herrera. So it goes by Revalorio. Looks to be maybe entering the match for Carlos Milos and Guatemala. Free kick now to Guatemala. And it was number 3 who got fouled. Eric Miranda, the goal scorer. Freddy Garcia again at times has been a bit dangerous for the Guatemalans.
He scored a goal in their match against Chile leading up to this tournament. It was Carlos Milos's first victory.
Rigoberto Gomez goes off. Herrera comes on. This is really a move to get Herrera, I think, a little bit more attack oriented from the right back position.
Well, they need the 3 points, so as much as a tie would do well for their rivalry between Mexico. Guatemala want to move on in this tournament. They need the full 3 points.
Well, if they can get the win, the goal differential favors them over Trinidad.
Trinidad sitting -2 right now. Scored 4 and given up 6. But that won't be a factor until Guatemala is able to get the result.
Estrada. Almoguer gets his head on that one. Machon battling there against Carmona. And Carmona will get the throw now for Mexico. 54th minute. Advancement in Group C hinging on this match. Sanchez playing that one. Pushed out wide here for Guatemala. Good running on the left side now from Mexico, but out of bounds this one goes as Marquez trying to get forward.
That ball crossed him up. He was running as if the ball he played through was played to his feet, and he kind of got crossed up. Before he knew it, that touch line was on him.
Martin Machon. Rodas trying to break through. Putting the body on the line, but Almoguer will go back to Martinez. Well, you certainly can see the difference of this Mexican side without Suarez, Ramirez, and Hernandez. Good tackle there from Miranda.
That's a good point. Mexico with very little ball possession. The last about 20-25 minutes of this match. That's where the veteran leadership comes in.
Salvador Carmona to Palencia. Palencia, left-footed cross. And that one goes way over the head of Tirado, who had gotten into the penalty area.
Tirado and Mora sucked in too much. Mora is the left outside midfielder. He's got to keep his width just in case balls get played in like that. Give him a chance to latch onto the end of it. He gets sucked in with Tirado. Basically, they're occupying the same space. It's happened a couple times. They need to sort out the space management.
Almoguer, one touches that one. Mexico needs to see more from number 8, Adrian Sanchez, and number 11, Alvaro Ortiz in midfield.
They've been non-existent. Take a look here at the foul. Martin Machon, speaking of non-existent, hasn't been too active. He draws the foul there.
Guatemala really has been pretty direct out of midfield. It's not been a lot of combination play or possession. Well, here's a run here, but this one headed out by Guatemala. But that, in fact, was Ortiz on that run. Carmona trying to get into the box. And now, Guatemala finally getting a little bit of possession, and they open it up. Valencia beats one. Tries to get past Almoguer, and he will earn the free kick. We won't have to remind you, Guatemala has been dangerous off the free kick.
He beats Hierro, though. Marquez did a good job of giving cover. See, he comes in to win that tackle. Fortunately called for the foul, but it's exactly what we talked about.
Christian Martinez, who made 2 huge saves in the first half for Mexico, organizing his backs. Freddy Garcia on the free kick. Bent in there. Powerful header out by Almoguer.
That was a pretty good ball. Dangerous.
Ball whipped into the near post. Again, Mexico positionally sound, and they clear. So Freddy Garcia sent in that beautiful ball that Eric Miranda flicked home for Guatemala to keep this one level. Carmona up the line. This is number 11 for Mexico, Ortiz. And switched on the left side. Lots of space. Left-footed ball into the box. And Palencia had gotten into the 6. But Edgar Estrada cuts off the cross.
Tremendous goalkeeping. Good hands. Well timed. You can circle all the above. This is a great ball. And you're right, Palencia was ready for the easy tap in. And Mora, another quality service.
Well, the left foot of Mora, nice there, but Paco Palencia had beaten his mark.
He really did, and I thought he was getting through, but like Superman, Estrada.
Boy, spreads himself beautifully there to gather that one in. So we remain 1-1. Mora has shown some good glimpses on the left side for Mexico.
That was a good ball and a clean catch, too. Didn't give up the opportunity on the rebound.
And this one will go all the way back to Estrada.
I think the tempo and pace favors Guatemala simply because Mexico is not able to possess the ball. See a lot of bad clearances and misplays. That's what Guatemala wants. No rhythm for Mexico.
Well, if we flash back about 10 minutes ago, we saw Manuel Lapuente talking to both Ramon Ramirez and Claudio Suarez. So you have to wonder if he may try and bring on a few of the veterans in this one at some stage.
Well, if he's able to bring in Suarez, Marquez can maybe move back outside and attack a little bit more from his outside back position. That would certainly help the attack.
And Mexico just takes on such a different sort of look without Luis Hernandez in the lineup. They become so less dangerous.
Different persona, definite change in attitude from the team. Hernandez scored his 34th goal, tying Carlos Hermosillo in that match against Trinidad and Tobago. So he's really come on and been a factor up front for them. They count on him.
It's a good bet that he may become the all-time leading scorer for the Mexican national team before this Gold Cup 2000 is over. Of course, he can't score from the bench, and that's where Guatemala likes having him.
He took that knock against TNT. The Puente resting him, feeling confident this squad can get the result, make it official their place in the quarterfinals.
Carmona now. Ortiz, number 11.
Well, since we called him out, he's kind of stepped up a little bit and been a little bit more active in the midfield. They need more from him. No Sanchez, though.
Hierro now trying to build it on the left side. Valencia got the tackle in, but Mexico gets the throw in. Yeah, that cross cut off from Mora, but Mora, who has pulled himself out wide, the youngster has looked good on the left side. Opportunity here for Mexico. That one not dangerous. The goal kick will come to Guatemala. We are in the 63rd minute, and Mexico and Guatemala tied at 1 apiece.
And that first keeper you saw, Martinez, is the reason why. A couple spectacular saves toward the end of the first half, keeping his team from going down. Certainly at least one goal, maybe even two.
Guatemala taking this tournament very, very seriously. 5 games prior to this Gold Cup, they took a South American trip and played Paraguay, Bolivia, Ecuador, and Chile. So Carlos Miloch, Guatemala taking the Gold Cup 2000 very, very seriously. Not only for just the pure result of this tournament, but for World Cup qualifying.
And you remember their last appearance in the Gold Cup where they tied Brazil 1-1. And a lot of people regard that as one of the most stunning soccer results in recent history.
There is Ramirez and Claudio Suarez. I believe they will come into this match. It looks as though they are getting prepared to come on. And getting back to Guatemala, this is their 4th appearance in the Gold Cup. Their best finish ever was in '96, where they came in 4th place. Mora now cuts that one into the box. That one cleared by Guatemala. Carmona lashes that one into the box. Palencia on the turn, deflected out of bounds, and Mexico will get the corner. Paco Palencia has been dangerous up front.
He lurks. He's trying to sniff out that goal.
Headed out by Guatemala. And Valencia stuck there on the tackle by Gerardo Torrado. And I'll tell you what, I like the confidence of that young man, number 5 in midfield for Mexico.
He's done all the dirty work, all the little things. If he had a little bit more help, he's more of a defensive holding midfielder. If he had a true attacker to play to, he'd be even that much more effective.
He's sort of been doing both, really, in the absence of Sanchez and Ortiz.
Really, and Ortiz has kind of come on the last couple minutes, but been ineffective. And Sanchez has been hiding.
Yeah, to those 3 midfielders, really, you got to give full points to him.
It'll be interesting to see what Lapuente does, who he takes out. He might mix and match a little bit here.
Almoguer, that one goes back to Christian Martinez. Yep, and there is some huge experience getting set to come on for Mexico in Claudio Suarez and Ramon Ramirez.
What a luxury to be able to bring those guys in late after he gave the more youthful squad a good 65 minutes to see what they could do.
Well, out will come the youngster, number 19. Jose Mendoza, the 19-year-old brought in due to the injury of Jose Manuel Abundes. And also number 8, Adrian Sanchez, who really, quite honestly, was not an influence. Claudio Suarez comes on, the Emperor, as well as Ramon Ramirez.
So Lapuente seeing the same things we've been seeing from Sanchez, which was nil nada. That's why his night is done.
Way back to Christian Martinez under pressure from Freddy Garcia. And Suarez now.
It looks like he might be playing in the midfield.
Carmona.
Number 7.
Torrado now has switched out on the right side. For Sanchez. So absolutely right, Alan. I think Claudio Suarez will go into midfield. And out on the right, Gerardo Torrado. See if that's the way it pans out.
And Mendoza, the youngster who came in, played well for the first half, really kind of disappeared, didn't do too much in the second half.
Of course, Juan Carlos Plata not available tonight for Guatemala, got injured against Trinidad and Tobago. He was one of their goal scorers. Their other goal scorer is on the bench, Guillermo Ramirez. So the question is, will we see him? We definitely won't see Plata. Here's Machon. Carmona closing him down.
Miloch needs to pull out all the stops here. Give his team opportunity to win this game.
Giron on the throw for Guatemala. And Torrado is fouled by number 14, Julio Rodas. Had a good look at him there. Of course, it was Jorge Rodas, number 22, who hit that spectacular moving and dipping free kick that Christian Martinez had to come up big on. 68th minute.
Game has bounced back and forth in the last 10-15 minutes. Clock just kind of winding down. Guatemala turn up the heat.
And Valencia way over the top. If this result stands, it would be Mexico who would win the group and Trinidad and Tobago who would go on to the quarterfinals.
And who they play, no one knows. We'll know in the next match. Group D still wide open like we predicted it would be. All three teams with a chance to go through.
Meaningful games here tonight at the LA Memorial Coliseum as the story of Gold Cup 2000 continues. Estrada clears that one. So Claudio Suarez will sit in front of the backs of Mexico. Hierro on the throne. Carmona making it look easy. Tirado now cutting inside. Machon. Machon and Carmona have butted heads on a number of occasions in this one. 70th minute is Mexico trying to build here.
And Carmona's moved to the right back position. So the Puente is mixing and matching.
Valencia has not gotten himself into the attacking third much tonight as Marquez comes out for Mexico. Guatemala, if they can get a change from Garcia. Machon, and he can't get there. An attack that started out promising fizzled out for Guatemala.
Garcia had some little bit of time and space, played a difficult ball. Machon not wide enough. He pinched in a little bit too far. Ball got played behind him. Mexico really struggling to move the ball from the back line all the way up into the attacking third. No one in the midfield been able to really possess it yet. That's a good knock, though. That's a substitute, Ramirez.
And he gets fouled. And I was about to say Ramon Ramirez has not gotten a lot of the ball, and that's what you want when you bring him on into midfield. And then he does finally get a ball and gets fouled there from Valencia after some good combination play.
Well, he starts at the nice little knock into space and runs onto it. Miloc not happy. Nervous moments for Guatemala.
Suarez has gotten into the box along with number 11, Ortiz. At the back post. Almoguer is there as well. Mexico loading the box up here in the 72nd minute. And deflected over the top. And Mexico again will get a corner. Ramirez trying to find Almoguer at the near post. Right-footed shot. And that one's off the mark. It comes from number 11, Alvaro Ortiz.
Ortiz coming on life just a little bit in the last 15 minutes.
Can Guatemala get a win and steal its way through here in the Gold Cup? Machon.
And that's been the story of the final third. And really, you see how deep they're having to play balls into the final third. They're way deep in their midfield. It'd be a lot better if they were in toward the box area, 30 yards and in, getting balls into the area. But everything has got to be so complicated for them to get the ball over the top. Just way too much. Not a high level of success tonight.
And not a lot of ideas coming out of the midfield of Guatemala either. Here's Almaguer now. Ramirez knocks that one back to Suarez. The two subs. Well, that has a funny ring to it. Suarez sub, Ramirez sub. Here is the Emperor, Claudio Suarez. Tirado knocking that one forward. And the weight of that one too much. That goes out of bounds. Guatemala will get the goal kick here in the 74th minute.
And I think that Guatemala's got to make more of a commitment into the attack, get more numbers into the midfield and push forward. So I think as this game approaches full time, you're going to see Mexico get more and more numbers behind the ball each time Guatemala's got it.
Battling play from Suarez. Palencia now gets turned. He's got Tirado on his right. Back to Palencia. Top of the box. And he tries to find Ramirez. But that one picked off by Rodas. To Valencia now. Valencia has not gotten forward like we saw him get forward against Trinidad and Tobago.
That was a poor ball from Valencia. Tried to switch that ball. Ball was rolling away from him. Should have taken a touch inside. To the opposite touchline.
Poor touch there, and the foul from behind. Almaguer.
Almaguer again.
Flipping Rodas. And that is Julio Rodas.
He goes down in the heap to make sure he gets the call.
Guatemala getting a number of players into the penalty area now. And they have been dangerous off the free kicks. They may not have been cohesive during the run of play, but they have certainly been very dangerous in set-piece situations. Towards the near post, a good idea. Ball is dropped by Martinez. And they will earn a corner. The first blemish from Christian Martinez tonight in goal for Mexico.
Very fortunate.
Valencia on the corner. Near post, tried to flick it on. And Valencia driving it back in again. At first that ball looked dangerous, but it goes right to Christian Martinez. Here is Ramon Ramirez with acres of space now. Palencia. Mexico with a promising attack here, and that one broken up by Guatemala.
Miranda, the goal scorer, desperate defending, stands it up at the last instant.
Almaguer. Little bit of pinball. As nobody wanting to get this one settled down, and finally Guatemala will pick it up. Garcia looking for Rodas, but Martinez all the way off his line. Carlos Milos. Hey, Carlos, where you going? Get back on the bench. A little bit of a different vantage point for Carlos Milos, and he has been red carded. So there will be no Carlos Milos on the bench.
It must have been something he said.
Something we didn't see, but you're absolutely right, Alan. He must have said the wrong thing to someone. Mexico now. Ramirez's give and go's not working right now. Here's an opportunity here. Garcia trying to lob Martinez. And for a moment that looked promising.
You like the creativity, you like the thought process. Almaguer closing quickly, and you saw where Martinez was in no man's land. He almost caught him cheating. Look at this. That's good awareness. got his head up to see where the keeper was. One thing lacking was execution.
Well, now Mexico here. And Ramirez's first cross was deflected, and then he whiffed on the second. But fortunately for Mexico, they're going to earn a corner. '79th minute. 10th corner for Mexico. And I'm not sure if a Guatemalan defender got a piece of that. Ramirez curling this one in. And watch number 6. Well, we're not going to get to see it. Number 6 for Guatemala, Julio Herron, I believe, headed that one off the line. That gave Mexico its 11th corner. Well, now we're going to get a look at it.
And you're right, it is the number 6. Herron clearing it away.
Playing it safe.
11 corners, astounding. But Mexico, nothing to show for him.
Number 8, Rudy Ramirez will come on. And off will go number 16, Martin Machon.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please. The substitution for Guatemala.
Well, expect a huge push here from Guatemala.
Rudy Ramirez. Leading the match, number 16, Martin Machon.
Mexico, if they get another chance to score, be better advised to get that second goal to kill off this match.
Ramirez towards Emilio Mora at the corner flag. Mora still working, beats one. Emilio Mora with some wonderful work at the corner flag.
He's played well tonight, has Mora.
Oh, some good combination play there from Mexico. This is some good soccer. Threatening again. Suarez heads it to his right. Carmona clipping it into the box. And a missed clearance attempt there on the Salvador Carmona ball into the penalty area. Valencia finally getting forward for Guatemala. Ramon Ramirez now. This is opened up a bit. Here's Marquez. And he gets stood up. '82nd minute.
Ball. Palencia.
Hierro now. Getting turned is Ramirez now in the hole. Switching it on the right side. Ortiz. Guatemala clears. Things opening up. Almaguer stepping up for Mexico. Almaguer on the give and go. Can he get there? Collision with Estrada. Almaguer is down. Estrada and Almaguer collide in the box. And tempers flaring now.
Mora, another great ball in Torado. Almaguer.
Ladies and gentlemen,
See Estrada coming out to play the ball.
American Airlines.
Almaguer is through. He almost trying to get to it. Actually,
Please to announce that Jose
like the Guatemalan
Padilla
defender was
of
able to
West
clear it away. He does.
Boulevard is the winner of
Almaguer and
2
Estrada.
round-trip tickets.
Violent collision.
Please stop by the American
Things
Airlines
escalating
booth
just for a
at
bit before calming
number
down now.
20,
Well, the question you have to ask, is that a penalty?
Jose Padilla of West Beverly
You make the
Boulevard
call.
is the winner of 2 round-trip tickets.
It almost kind of
courtesy
seemed like from that
American
angle that
Airlines,
Estrada kind of
official airline
had his
of
arms
World Cup
extended at the
2000.
end.
Big contact between Estrada And Almaguer stepped up beautifully and made the commitment to join in and became a danger, and then it was up to the collision between Estrada and Sergio Almaguer.
And you said it, the commitment from Almaguer to get forward, but a commitment from his teammates to recognize that he had gotten forward, and that was a really good ball by Tirado. The first one to Mora was just as brilliant.
Yeah, Mora showing clever use of the outside of the foot. Oh, Carmona on the throw for Mexico. Palencia loses that battle there to number 23, Acevedo.
If that was as close of a call as it appeared, then maybe the no call was the best decision.
Well, here's the customary second ball that we've gotten used to here in Gold Cup 2000. Somebody wants to create a new game.
I think they're going to go to a drop kick because of that second ball.
Guatemala give it back to Mexico because, in fact, when that second ball came on the field, they did have possession. So, nice moment of sportsmanship during the heated competition of this Mexico-Guatemala confrontation here in Gold Cup. Almaguer now taking the direct route. The second ball comes to Mexico. Turn of pace from Mora, but he won't get there in time. Guatemalan head coach Carlos Milos has been red carded and ejected. Guatemala has to win this match in an effort to get through. If it stands this way, Mexico and Trinidad and Tobago will go through in Group C. Ramirez now. Mora, little turn back to Ramirez. Ramon looking for Palencia, who has worked extremely hard along the back line of Guatemala all night long. Ramon Ramirez has brought some fresh ideas to the midfield of Mexico. Martinez off his line to clear that one.
Very well put. He has come in and kind of jump-started the attack, and really him and Tirado playing well together. That was something that was missing before Ramirez got into the match.
86th minute now, Guatemala on the free kick. Giron knocks it back. Into the box, opportunity! Oh, and it doesn't get much better than that for Guatemala.
Time for your first touch to let you down. My, oh my, on the doorstep. And the team needs a goal. Someone has to step up.
Carmona now, who's been solid for Mexico on the right side, has joined in a lot. Ramirez plays it wide. Palencia. Take over. Right side, that shot there from Carmona goes off the outside of his right foot.
What a build-up. What a nice build-up from Mexico. Coming off the excellent chance for Guatemala. Started with the keeper, Martinez, and they were able to build it into that quality scoring opportunity.
Ramirez. Well, Manuel Lapuente, to his credit, saw that the Mexican midfield was running out of ideas. Brought on Ramon Ramirez and Claudio Suarez to give that midfield a jump start, and it certainly has worked, but it hasn't led to a second goal. Almaguer heads that one out. Freddy Garcia against Tirado. Time is running out on Guatemala. Guatemala will get the free kick. Marquez called for that foul. kick in the legs there of Salvador Carmona.
I think he's going to get a yellow card. You see there, very, very late.
But you see the desperation that is creeping in now to Guatemala, knowing their fate if they can't get a result here tonight, and a result meaning a win. Miranda now. A good idea. And now, Guillermo Ramirez will be a late sub. I don't know what they expect him to do in 2 or 3 minutes, but I know what they want him to do. And that's score goal number 2. He had one of the 2 Guatemalan goals in the 4-2 loss to Trinidad and Tobago.
And actually, maybe the fact that Miloc is now on the bench, maybe that substitution could have taken place sooner. Very, very late to bring on a front runner.
Yeah, it is a little strange that it comes here in the 89th minute. Now watch him come on and score the game winner.
Well, that'd be a super sub.
Carmona. And off a ball, a Mexican gets nailed and goes down. Ramirez now. Ramon Ramirez with time and space. And way over the head of Palencia goes his cross. And Girona's foul. Up Garcia. Well, and that's why Guillermo Ramirez comes in, and that answers the question to the late substitution. Freddy Garcia down injured.
Number 10, Freddy Garcia.
90th minute.
Your attention, please.
2 minutes of stoppage time has been added on. Mexico going for the win.
Marquez pushed way up.
And Marquez getting into a good position there. Estrada denying him. Ortiz on the corner. Sitco making the push for the win. Well, less than 2 minutes of injury time now. Time is running out for Guatemala, who has to get a win here if they want to advance in the Gold Cup.
Any other circumstances would be a nice moral victory, a 1-1 draw, but they need the 3 points today.
Torrado now on the run. Valencia's ball intercepted. Mexico, heavy pressure now. Really pressuring high at this moment, and it's paying off. This could be for the win. And number 11 for Mexico, Ortiz's shot goes wide, but the heavy high pressure reaping benefits for Mexico.
Really didn't you see there, Ortiz, the ball kind of didn't bounce out in front of him just enough, kind of stuck underneath him. That's why he's not able to get that one accurately. Not a bad idea, but that's what you want to do. You want to pressure them so they don't have a chance to get the build up and get it forward. Good job by Mexico.
The crowd wanting a handball there. But you're right, when you'd think just the reverse would happen, Mexico would sit back and defend the lead. They change their tactics and press high as that ball flicks off the hand of Marquez. That is it. Gustavo Mendez has blown the final whistle. The 1-1 draw, Guatemala and Mexico. That means Mexico and Trinidad and Tobago go through.